Good morning, everyone. Oh, not morning where you're at? That's okay, because you can have eggs for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Welcome to episode 14 of Three Eggs Are Better Than One. I am Brad Stanton, along with my fellow eggs, Matt M. and Brian Haremza. Hello, fellas. We would like to thank all of you for the positive feedback from last week. And we realize now that Backstreet is the best boy band of all time, right, guys?
Mm.
But
All right.
let's put those new kids on the block behind us and get to our sunny side of the week. What do you got for us this week, Bryant?
Sunny side up this week's been a little weird for me, and I'm not going to use it for myself, but I'm going to use it for another Brad. I have a friend, his name is Brad, and he has decided to get into sushi making. And I have not had the most fun week this week. I didn't have a fun day today. And as a way to cheer me up, he made me a ton of sushi. And I love sushi. It's one of my favorite things to eat. And I've just had the pleasure of enjoying some sushi lately. And so my sunny side up is that my friend is treating me to some delicious sushi around here now. So, Brad, how about you?
Oh, you fancy guy with your fancy sushi, huh? I never got it. I never could get into it. I want to like it because it's so cool to like sushi, but I don't. Matt, are you a sushi guy? My guess is no. My guess is I'm gonna go out on a limb here
I'm
and
going to say
say
no
no.
Most
too. Yeah.
obvious thing in the history of three eggs is that Madam has never fucking dreamt of having sushi.
I was about to say, I'm sure you've never had it at
Add it
all.
to the fucking list, Eric and James.
Yeah.
So as we record this, it's Thursday before the Super Bowl, Thursday before Friday as well. But anyway, so everything that I'm about to say here is already passed. But my sunny side up is that my wife and I are celebrating our ninth anniversary on Saturday night this week, and we're gonna go out. I mean, we're basically empty nesters now. As you guys know, my son left for the Marines, and on Tuesday for boot camp, so we're basically alone. Kendall's got a boyfriend. Lotus is at college, so we're gonna go out for a nice dinner. Hopefully for shenanigans when we get home, and then the next day is Eagles Eagles, and hopefully, as you hear this, I am dry and no longer drinking, huh? So that is my sunny side up of the week.
All right. So first of all, unfucking believable
Wow,
because
3 F-bombs. Go ahead.
on the outline, my fucking name is first, but I was chosen to speak last. So what is happening here? Am I being hazed?
Wow.
I mean,
Or
I
just
think I think I'd go first every episode. So I mean, I
Yeah,
get
but
it, but
I was listed first.
and it
who
was on
follows that?
purpose too. Believe me, it was on purpose.
What a mind fuck. It's like I'm at boot camp. Okay. Gentlemen, we have a first. 14 episodes in, and we have a first on our hands because it is the first time that Madame has a beverage, the adult variety, while recording. Not only that, it's not the first one of the night.
Oh boy.
So I heard somebody say shenanigans. Oh, we're getting shenanigansy.
This feels very James Elkerish.
So for Sunny Side Up, I have two callback references here, which is not Sunny Side Up, but that's what I like to do. A few episodes ago, I spoke about a musician that I love who is reemerging after a difficult health period in his life. Ben Kenny, formerly of the band Incubus. He had a new song out. Now, I mentioned the song. I hope you guys listen to the song. It's a great song called Fires. Now, that song was like a piano ballad. It's like a quiet, powerful sort of song. And it is a great song. But maybe I neglected to mention that's not what his normal body of work actually sounds like. He's a very energetic performer, just like the bands he's been in, The Roots and Incubus. So since we recorded that segment, he has officially released or come out with the release date in March for his new album. And I wanted to share the name of the album title with you guys because I'm pretty sure there's no other album in the history of music that has ever been titled this title. Ben Kenny, Powerful Butt Cheeks. I mean, I pre-ordered it, and I'm getting the vinyl. So there. My second follow-up, last week, we talked about things that were surprisingly where we support this thing. It doesn't really fit into our normal thing. I talked about another musician that I like, Daya, pop singer, and I said, she's just the kind of musician like you don't have to try to hear her songs. You just walk into a store and it's playing. Well, it fucking happened to me today. I walk into the store and boom, there's her hit single Hideaway playing in the store I was in. I didn't even have to try. And what that tells me is, as a perfect follow-up, you've heard this song, guys. You have heard this song. You didn't know it, you didn't care, but you have heard this song. It's called Hideaway, and you should check it out. And now that I was last, not first, I'll pass it along to whatever's next.
Apologies, madam. Apologies. My hard boiled this week is not very hard boiled. It's more of the egg white type situation. So remember, I don't know. Again, this is where it gets muddied. I don't know if these are follow-ups on the shows or on our group chats. Actually, this was on a show about how when I was backing up in the Pathfinder and I was going back and it stopped on me and saved me from hitting the
That
car.
was on the show. That was on the
Yes.
show.
And I remember, Matt, you saying very particularly, like, well, do we get like, does it get a little, does it need to do this all the time? Does it do it when it doesn't need to?
Right.
So I'm not driving a Pathfinder anymore. Now I'm driving a Cadillac, which is very, very different. It vibrates. Great for the ladies, not so much for the men. So it vibrates when you get close to something. Now, I was driving down the road. Now I'm going forward. And all of a sudden, I'm about to go through a light, maybe about 4 seconds before going through the light, and it starts vibrating on me like crazy. And guess what? There's no cars in front of me. But guess what? A car pulled out in front of me. Did it anticipate that this car was going to pull out in front of me?
Saw the future?
It predicted the future.
There was
This car pulled out in front of me. It warned me. I hit the brakes. I did not hit the car.
Are you driving Kit?
I'm telling you.
I actually did a lot of preliminary research on doing a Knight Rider episode, and I ultimately canned it. But we might have to go back.
Incredible experience. Wow. I mean, you can only assume that this is an accident. This is just a coincidence. But I'll tell you what, it's a coincidence to save me from hitting another car.
I'll tell you what I'm assuming is that this is an advertisement for Cadillac. That's what I'm assuming.
But maybe both. Maybe both, but it did happen. I'm a little upset about myself about this second thing. We talked about spinoffs a couple weeks ago, and we didn't mention we talked about Matt LeBlanc and Joey and how bad that was. But guess what? Those were not his. That was not his worst spinoff. Oh no! Oh no! No no! I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a show called Married with Children. Matt LeBlanc was in 4 episodes of Married with Children. His name was Vinny Verducci. Okay,
Yeah, he was
okay.
Not one, but he was only in 4 episodes now. There are 2 spinoffs with Vinny Verducci in it. One is called Top of the Heap, which aired from April 7th to May 19th, 1991. Yeah, you heard me right. 6 to 7 episodes tops. Okay? And then again, there's a second spinoff of Top of the Heap called Vinny and Bobby, which aired from May 30th to July 11th, 1992. Neither one went a full season. Both are spinoffs, and both are Vinny Verducci as Matt LeBlanc.
This is wild. This is this is Russian doll eggs here. Which
does Matt LeBlanc have the most spinoffs of anyone?
What?
He has the most bad ones. I mean, I would say.
But I mean, that's 3 spinoffs.
I don't understand. They actually call Vinny and Bobby a spinoff of Top of the Heap, which was only on 7 episodes. How can that possibly be a spinoff?
Because they hated everyone else.
You spun off something that was extremely unsuccessful. Wow. This is like Meta eggs right here.
I couldn't believe it. Just couldn't believe it. And
This is
had to
good.
mention it because that needed to come up because we all talked about Joey. Joey was on 2 seasons. Okay.
2 full seasons. This is
Yeah.
a mandatory bring up. Mandatory bring up.
I thought it was funny. Vinny Verducci. 4 episodes on Married with Children, 7 episodes on Top of the Heap, 7 episodes of Vinny and Bobby, a total of 18 episodes, which is not a full season of a network show.
Good
I'm
God.
That is
This is good.
Yeah.
This is great. I like the research. I like the research.
hard-boiled, a little hard-boiled. I wish I would have known that before, but hey, follow-ups, right?
There
I
you
like
go.
it. Oh, I love follow-ups. The whole show's follow-ups.
Basically, it's turning into that.
I'll turn it into that. It's good.
So that gives us brings us to Bryant with scrambled eggs. I don't even remember what that is, Bryant.
So scrambled eggs is inconsistencies. Now, there's several ways you can go about this. I am going to take the inconsistency nerd approach. Talk about movies. Because I love movies. I've seen a ton of movies. We've all seen great movies. But there's always things in movies that catch your eye or, as we talked about, with Easter eggs, these are kind of things that, you see it, but you don't see it. And some of these movies are, classic movies that we've seen, for a long time. And, the first one I'm going to talk about is Indiana Jones, classic movie as it is. There's a scene where,
Which one?
let me get to it for the love of God.
Okay. All right.
The church,
Oh, wait, hey, there's like now there's like 10 of them.
So we're talking
I only
about
recognize 3.
The
By
Last
the way.
Crusade.
I only recognize 3.
We're talking about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Okay, I recognize that one.
Okay. There's a scene where when he's going into the church and library to show it here, let me pull it up here. There's a very visible X on the floor, which is where he's going. But when he gets upstairs, the X is gone. It's very faint now. And it just makes the scene seem a little inconceivable a little bit because as he's coming up the stairs, X is very visible. But once he's up the stairs, there's nothing there now.
That's very inconsistent.
Very.
Now, from what I remember of this movie, they were looking for the number 10.
Mhm.
Right?
Yep, and that's your X is the Roman numeral for 10.
Key piece, key moment of the movie.
Mhm.
Now, let me ask you this. Did you add, for those only listening,
Yes.
there's some text on the screen. Did you add this text yourself, or is this pulled from some other prior research here?
No, this picture here is pulled from prior research. So this one I did pull with
what the fuck with how could they think they're fooling us? I'm so upset right now.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. Like these, and that's what it's trying to do. Just trying to dupe us. Another, a classic movie we all love. Pretty Woman. Obviously, we all love Pretty Woman. Julia Roberts has a scene where when she's eating breakfast, the thing she was trying to do was mess with the camera. So the camera would pan away and she'd be eating a croissant. The camera would pan back. Now she's eating a pancake. And she would do this.
God, it's a fucking pancake like it's a hamburger.
And she would switch it around just to mess with the cameraman, just to see who's paying attention. And they kept it in the movie. So when you see this scene where she's eating breakfast, at one moment it's a croissant, the next moment it's a pancake. I'm also throwing this out there. Who has a croissant with a pancake? That's just ridiculous.
Nobody.
That's too much for me.
Nobody.
Exactly. It's just, I don't know. You're either getting a pancake or a croissant. You don't have both on your plate.
I think Matt thinks he's talking, but we can't hear him.
Yeah.
Probably good that I was muted there.
I agree.
This is great. I have seen this movie. This is actually his own category of I can't believe Matt knows about this.
Yeah.
But I have seen this movie, and who doesn't love Julie Roberts?
Of course.
This is amazing.
And then
clearly a pancake that she's bitten into.
Yeah. Also, why are you just picking the pancake up? I mean, you got to have syrup. Am I right here? You got to have syrup with your pancake.
I have done this.
Are you dunking the pancake?
Yeah, but she was dipping it. Yeah. No, I like to do a dip. I don't do ketchup directly on my thing. I do it on the side and I dip.
Oh, no.
Sometimes I do a no dip.
No.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
You guys don't do the ketchup dip?
No, we do not.
No.
So if you're having like a hamburger,
I put it on it.
no,
Yeah.
no, no, no,
And
no,
first off, I only have
no.
cheeseburgers, hamburger.
Yes, no, no. Hey, I as well do cheeseburgers. No, no, I do the ketchup on the side, and then some. I might have a bite with no ketchup, and then I might have a bite with a lot of ketchup.
Yeah,
Then I might have a bite with mid-grade ketchup.
hmm.
Sometimes I put salt in the ketchup.
You know what all that is? Inconsistent.
That is
Yeah,
huge inconsistent.
I feel judged though.
No, not till later.
This is
Don't
great.
worry.
Let's go on. You got another one. I hope you have
I
another.
got one more for us, and it's the Fast and the Furious. Tran has decided he's going to race. And in the race scene, he's wearing a long sleeve black shirt. But when the race starts, suddenly he's wearing a tank top, a vest almost. And his shirt has just magically disappeared from one scene to the next. It's just a camera pan. Boom, new shirt.
How do you fuck that up? I mean, is there no line producer on the set here?
There has to be something. I mean,
Yeah. So this is the very first.
the very first. We're talking the first.
Now, are they making these mistakes on Fast 10? I don't know. A
I
lot
thought
of
they were
money.
on Fast 30 at this
A
point. I
lot
don't know.
more money. So
This is the third one, right?
This one? No, this is the first one.
Oh,
so here's a side conversation. I have seen exactly one Fast and Furious movie, and it was the first one, and I saw it in the theater, which I don't even know when that was, early 2000s, 20 approximately 25 years ago. I've never seen another one, and I know there have been very many. And I will certainly never watch them because I don't, it's not my type of movie. What have you
I,
guys?
I like them. I think they're a lot of fun.
Have you seen all 10 movies or whatever they
No,
got?
but I've seen a lot of them.
I stopped at 5. I'll be honest.
So what was that? 10 years ago? More?
No, God, no.
They made them every year for a while, didn't they?
Yeah, they had one every year for a while.
Kind of like Saw.
I'm so glad you said that. I love the Saw movies.
That's sick.
I love them too. They're my favorite. It's one of my favorite franchises.
Okay, that's it. You know what? We're gonna bring that aside for another
We're
one.
gonna, we're gonna pause that for a moment so that we
Yeah.
have a show going on here. Let's continue it. And I also, before I end my segment, enjoyed the inconsistencies, but I'd also just like to say,
No, very
like to
good.
I hope everyone is enjoying Drunk Matt.
Yes.
Brad, back to you.
I
12
didn't say I was drunk. I said I had.
Well, it's 12 F-bombs. I've never heard you say more than 2.
I'm the publisher of the show, and I mark it as explicit. So fuck you.
I would hope
13.
so.
I can't wait for you to hear this back. So that brings us to breakfast for dinner. As you
Am I
guys
fir-
remember,
Am I first?
you're going to be because Bryant was last.
So
So breakfast for dinner is just, boy, this is all too familiar, Bryant. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It
All too
is.
familiar.
I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah. So what breakfast for dinner is what we're eating. So Matt, mostly nothing, right?
I have a good topic, actually. I would like to discuss Super Bowl foods.
Yeah.
Now, my good friend is making Philly cheesesteaks. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. We got the Kansas City Chiefs. Philly cheesesteaks. What a perfect, first of all, wonderful food. Everybody loves it. I love it. I've been to Philly many times. I've had genuine Philly cheesesteaks many times. I've had Chinos. I've had Pats. I've had Jim's. And to me, those are the three. That's the trifecta that counts. My wife and I, what we like to do when we just, it's just us at home. We make a smattering of different foods. Some sliders, some mozzarella sticks. It has nothing to do with the teams playing. We haven't actually decided yet what we're going to do, but it's going to be something like that. But I thought you guys would have a perfect plan. What's going on with your Super Bowl foods this year / past years? Is it ever centric to who's playing? Have you ever done that? Oh, we're playing this team, so we're going to eat this food. Let's hear it.
Well, here's the thing. I can actually incorporate my breakfast for dinner right into this because this is going to be what I'm bringing to the Super Bowl this year.
This is what we want to hear.
Yeah. So I am bringing Old Italians. What is an Old Italian? So it's an Italian hoagie, submarine, what do you want to call it, wherever you live. I don't know. Hero. Freaking weirdos. Anyway, it's capicola, prosciutto, sharp provolone, oil, other condiments. Okay, and it's on a seeded roll, and it's we're going to I'm gonna I go to a few different places. There's a great place here called Mazzanti's in Bristol. They're just like an Italian shop, like an Italian deli. I get them from there. This year I ordered from Primo's. I don't know if you guys have Primo's in your area. Also very, very good. More of a chain though. And then I have a place called Lee's that I like to get it as well. So that's what I'm bringing to the Super Bowl party this year that I'm going to. And I brought them last year and the year before. I always bring the um, the old Italian hoagie. So which is a little bit different than an Italian hoagie because that's like a provolone, not a sharp provolone. It's not necessarily prosciutto or capicola. It's not those things. It could be salami. It could be pepperoni. Also bringing, there's a local bakery in the neighborhood, and they for some reason for the Super Bowl or for the Eagles games, they load up on pepperoni rolls, chicken roll or chicken bread, pepperoni bread, and sausage bread. And it's kind of a stromboli, but it's just a little less sauce in there. It's not no sauce, and you cut it up, and it's just excellent. So that's what I'm bringing to this year's Super Bowl. We've had parties at our house. We've gone to parties. My wife will do the charcuterie too. You know how I am with the party of one. Um,
Yeah,
there will
but
be
you've got you have an invested interest here.
yeah, yeah. I already planted the seed with a couple of friends that are going to this party to make sure they get these certain chicken wings,
Mm.
because I'm very particular, and that's it. And there's always the chips and the dips, right? So that's me. That's me this year, and that's what I was going to talk about anyway.
Good. So I did a good job.
You did an excellent job, even though it's the day after the Super Bowl. I was doing the same thing.
Hey, that's okay. It's okay.
It could be a
But
year after the Super
the
Bowl when you're
Super
listening
Bowl,
to
the
this.
game's going to be so bad that it's going to be good that we're talking about what we ate, you know?
Oh, because the Eagles are going to get blown out? Is that what you're saying?
No, because everyone's going to be mad that the Chiefs won because of some stupid call, you know? That's what's going to happen.
No
All right,
comment.
Bryant, let's hear it.
First of all, as a Denver Broncos fan, I'm allowed to mock the Chiefs as much as possible, but I don't
Please
because
do.
everyone else is doing it
I
for
am,
me.
I live in a Broncos house, remember?
Yeah. Um, I'd also just like to say, and I will probably take flack for this. I think cheesesteaks are overrated. I mean, I live in Nebraska, so obviously I've never had good ones. To me, a cheesesteak I get from Subway. So, eh.
We should cut you off right here.
I mean, you
Well,
can't.
he's
I get
right.
it.
You got to have the right ones.
But that's my point. I was like, I
Well,
feel like
he's
having the right one
correctly
makes a difference.
you're correctly acknowledging that
But
you're
to me,
education.
how with what I've had around me, eh. But if I go to Philly, probably be a different story.
Yeah, right.
So for me, I do the same thing every year for Super Bowl time, but it's also something that ties into. I'm about to be doing the state wrestling tournament. I'll be helping out there here. It's coming up in a couple weeks, and I spend the whole time I'm there. The same with the Super Bowl. I live off chicken wings, um, buffalo wings, chicken wings, whatever you want to call them. I don't care. I live off of them. I eat them for lunch and dinner the entire time I'm at that tournament, much like I would during the Super Bowl time. I just usually get a thing of 30, and then I just eat them periodically throughout the day. And wings is just something that I don't know why I enjoy them so much, but I just love them. And doesn't matter where I get them from. We have a couple places here in town that do them, so I usually just make a nice big platter up for myself.
Mhm.
No, that's excellent.
Wings are beautiful. Now,
Yeah.
you can bone in, boneless.
Bone in.
Oh, bone in.
No, hey, listen, bone in is great, but I
I
would
don't want chicken nuggets. I mean, I'm okay.
no, I would no. See there, see, we're making a mistake.
We had a fight about this already, me and Matt.
Boneless. How you get? It's so good, so good. Okay, what's next, Brad?
Well, I don't know. Does that, Brian, did you have any other breakfast for dinner? Because Matt kind of hijacked the segment.
How dare I?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I'll work with that.
Well, then what's next, Matt M, is the omelet.
Oh no.
Freaking set your watches, everyone.
This
Okay,
is the part
guys.
where I see myself out to get my dictionary ready to spell some stuff.
Yeah. Big guy.
What is it? Episode 14?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, this could be the series finale.
Could be.
could be.
I teased it last week. Let's talk about the full backstory. I like words, I like names, I like evaluating things that don't need evaluation. And I've been thinking about this segment since before Three Eggs was a show. If you know me, if you're a close friend of mine from years past, you've already gone down this road with me, and now you're going down the road publicly and deleting the episode, probably. So here's the backstory. Almost 10 years ago, hanging out with friends, we didn't have kids yet. We were 10 years younger, we don't have kids yet. I got my wife, I got my friends and their wives. And one friend of ours named Elizabeth. Now we call her Liz, but she told us a story about how when she was growing up, her family called her Beth, which is obviously another variation of Elizabeth. So my brain said, that's kind of crazy. You have this long name. You're going by the short name Liz now, but you went by another version of that short name, Beth, when you were a kid. And those names don't even touch at all. But the name itself obviously births both of those nicknames. So we started a discussion, and I proclaimed, I'm pretty sure the name Elizabeth is able to calculate out more nicknames or variations than any other proper given name. And one of my friends said, I don't know, maybe 10. And I said, no, 30. So the title of this segment is 30 Elizabeths. And this is a project that I have been working on for 9 years. So that is the backstory. And now I will give you the rules. Here are the rules. First of all, when we're talking about nicknames, any variation counts. For example, my birth name is Matthew. Matt is a nickname. Brad, that's a nickname of Bradley. Bry, that's a nickname of Bryant. Everything counts. A term of endearment counts. Is it somebody's name on IMDb or Reddit? It counts. Is it the name of a fictional character? It counts. And we will evaluate everything. So here we go on this journey, and I'm very excited. The name is Elizabeth. 4 syllables, 30 plus nicknames. Are you guys ready? Is there any commentary before
I don't know what the fuck
No,
is
I'm ready.
happening.
Let's go.
Let's just do this. I'm
Okay.
intrigued. Go
All
for
right,
it.
here we go. Okay. Now I've sorted, I have made a list here that I'm going to read, and I've sorted in alphabetical order. The first variation, Bess. 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 That is an option for Elizabeth. Also, Bessie, which can be spelled 2 ways, Bessie, Bessy. We're already up to 3 nicknames, guys. Bess. Okay, number 2, Beth. A very obvious, as I've already stated, my wife's childhood nickname variation, Beth. But guess what? You can go Bethy. Bethie, Bethy. That is, we're up to 6 already. I haven't even started yet. Somebody who went on a bathroom break is just coming back, and we're already 6 nicknames in. Bess and Beth. Anything yet, guys? What do we got to say here?
I don't think Bethy's a nickname, but go
I
ahead.
don't think that.
No one's ever been called Bethy in her life.
Okay.
No.
This is the feedback that I require. How about this one? And let me tell you, I wasn't saying this as a joke, but this could be the last episode because people are giving me hell about this. How about Bethany?
Absolutely not.
What do you mean,
What?
absolutely not?
You added letters.
Yeah, you're adding letters into
That
that.
doesn't mean that it's not an applicable.
Bethany. Bethany's its own freestanding name.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
That's the name
getting
of somebody
this
else.
is
That's
getting
not a
ridiculous.
that's not a spinoff.
I
of the
love
name.
that you said the word freestanding because that's great. By the way, you can spell it 2 A's with an IE or a Y.
Well, so you're these 2 bullshit names.
Now,
Okay.
now you just made that up. Yeah.
Shall we continue?
Go for it.
Betsy. We've got Betsy with an IE and with a Y.
I have
Betsy
a Betsy
Ross.
to Elizabeth, so
Yeah, I get that one.
Betsy
Yeah.
Ross. You mean like
nobody does IE though. But go ahead.
you mean like the Betsy Ross Bridge that connects New Jersey and Pennsylvania? Something I researched recently and brought up on a recent episode, and
When
I'm
you were
referencing
stalking
it
Brad,
right
I remember
now.
that. Yeah. When you stalking Brad, yeah, that's right.
Okay, I will continue. Bet. Bette. Oh, you mean like Bette
I'll give you
Midler?
that. I'll give you that.
Yes. Although it's actually not. Bette Midler's name is actually not a written abbreviation for Elizabeth. However, people do use that as a proper nickname for Elizabeth.
Well, she's not the be all end all.
Yeah.
She's not a be all end all, but she would be the one that you know. I will continue. And you're not going to dispute the next one. Betty. And there's two variations, B-E-T-T-Y, B-E-T-T-I-E.
Bullshit. Nobody named
There's
Betty is IE. They're all
nobody does
100, they're all
IE.
111 years old.
I gave you the fucking parameters earlier. I found every one of these names I found somewhere on IMDb.
I'm sure you did.
Somebody's fucking name. Okay. Now,
14.
Betty Draper, fictional character from Mad Men. John Hamm's character's wife.
Yeah, made up.
Well,
I know it doesn't matter. That's all good, right? I heard you earlier.
it fucking can. Would you like to move on to the next segment?
15.
15.
I'm not even counting.
Yeah, I am.
I'm really excited about the next one. Buffy. Buffy
What?
is a nickname for Elizabeth. There's no one who's actually named Buffy. It's a nickname for Elizabeth. And by the way, you can spell it.
I promise you, someone's name is Buffy.
Yeah.
Have you not seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer? How dare
Yeah.
you? Her name is
Oh.
Buffy. Her name
I had
is
a Buffy.
Buffy.
I grew up with a Buffy Smith. Her name is
Yeah.
Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I
That's
hate that it's true, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer, her name is Buffy, not
Buffy.
but it is a widely accepted nickname for Elizabeth.
Fine.
Indisputable. And you can spell it with an Y or an IE.
Oh,
I've never heard of Elizabeth the Vampire Slayer. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, well, that's not a cool name for a TV show.
Sounds kind
Or
of
a
cool.
movie either. That was a good movie too.
I'm only
Originally.
about
Originally.
a quarter of the way through the list, guys.
I don't know about that.
Who's ready for the next one? Oh, God, I love this one. Busy. Busy Phillips. Guess what her name is? It's Elizabeth. Busy. B-U-S-Y. What? How could that be yet another name that really is Elizabeth? Busy. Oh my God. You could spell it Biz, B-I-Z, or B-I-Z-Z-Y. There's three variations.
God, you could also spell it EY. I mean, what are we doing?
Oh my,
Yeah.
you could spell it EY, but Busy Phillips, her name is Elizabeth. Woo! Ha! So good. So good. I shall continue. E, just the letter E. 100% yes. How about L? E-L, E-L-E, E-L, E-L-E. Unfortunately, Elle Fanning. I think we know who she is. No, her name's Elle.
Yeah.
It's not Elizabeth.
Yeah.
But there are people in this world who go by Elle, and their birth name is Elizabeth. That's a fact. Look it up. This next one is very easy and argumentable because it's not the same name. It is a variation in spelling. Elizabeth with an S, right? Instead of a Z. Elizabeth Shue, Elizabeth Moss, two very famous actresses. Elisabeth, no Z. Again, I set the rules in the fucking beginning. It counts. Counts. Elise.
Elise Navidad.
Eliza. Now, not Dushku, who we all know and love, because her name's
Do.
Eliza.
Manelli.
No, that's Liza.
Oh, is that another one?
Yeah, well, we haven't gotten to the L's yet. We're at the E's. Eliza, like Dushku. No, her name is Eliza, birth name. But, if you look it up, people who go by Eliza, their name is Elizabeth.
I do look her up quite a bit. Yes, I did. I have done that.
Looked... That's good. I shall continue. Ella, Ellie, or Ellie, spelled two different ways. All options. Else, Elsa, Elspeth, Oh yeah.
Elsbeth the show?
Well, that's Els. Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean the CBS? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I heard it's on Paramount.
Yeah, I heard that too. So my wife's I can't go down that road because I'm gonna ruin the mystique. Somebody that I know, their father wanted to name them Elsbeth, and they didn't, and they turned out to be Elizabeth. Don't do that with the hood. That's no good. Elsie,
Oh, okay. I'm the problem.
Elsie, Lesie, Elspeth with a P, ELSP. Oh my God, those are Elizabeths. Okay, guys, we're going into the L's, and Brad, you're gonna like this one. Libby. Libby or Libby.
I feel
The
like you just change
character.
everything to IE just to kind of
Well,
be
there's two
fun.
variations. The character on Lost, a beloved show, which we should probably dedicate an episode to at some point in the run of 3X. Libby's name was Elizabeth. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Continuing on. Liddy. Liddy or Liddie. Bob Dole's wife. Elizabeth Dole went by Liddy. It fucking counts. What are we up to?
17.
116?
Oh, I
Hmm?
thought we were talking about F-bombs.
Hmm? I marked it as explicit so I can do 0 F-bombs or 100. So I think I'm good.
He's taking a drink, folks, just so you know.
Everybody, yeah, he's got to
There
catch
was
his
some
breath.
downtime there
Drink
with
breath.
sound.
Well, hopefully you have your podcast set to shorten silences so you don't even have to bother when we're quiet and we're looking for a reaction. I've got like 10 more guys. Lily, I mean, that's easy. Lily. Usually Lily is a Lily, but it could be Elizabeth
Or Liliana.
or Liliana. But hopefully Elizabeth. All right, I'm going to get a lot of hell now. Lizbeth with a Z. It's out there. People are named these things, and their real name is Elizabeth. Lizette and Lizette with 2 S's. I know one. My son's former preschool teacher.
Roommate's friend?
Her name was
Best friend's former roommate.
Yes.
her name. Right. My cousin's son's cousin, but her name was Lizette, but her fucking real name was Elizabeth.
18.
What is Bryant drinking there? How come Brian doesn't get hell for drinking a can of green something?
It's product placement, and if I do it, then yeah.
Okay, ready for this one's easy, guys. Give me this one. Liz. 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 Hello. Probably the most obvious and easiest and most acceptable. But there are people who go by Lizz with 2 Z's. Same thing, Liz, 2 Z's. Elizabeth, obviously their name is Liz. Liza, Liza. Elizabeth. Lizette, we talked about Lizette with an S. Now we're talking about Lizette with a Z. 1Z, 2Z's. 1Z, 2Z's. Okay, here's a good one. I got 2 more left. Brad, I don't want to see the top of your head. What are you doing? I've got 2 more. We've got Lizzie, which is definitely what people go by. But you've got Lizzy, like Lizzie Kaplan. You've got Lizzie. People definitely use that. And the very unique Lizze, which is Lizzie Broadway. She's an actress. She's on Gen V. She's on a bunch of shows. Lizze, she goes by that. Now, I'm going to close with the one and only variation that I actually don't approve of because I have never fucking heard it in my life. But in doing my research, this is what I found. Zab and Zabby. Z-A-B. What the fuck is that? Everything I said was 100% true except for Zab. What is Zab? That's a variation of Elizabeth? I call bullshit.
Well done. Very
Makes
well
me think
done.
that last one made me think of Zap Brannigan, but all right.
Well done,
Gentlemen,
Madam.
gentlemen, I presented our final episode.
Just because I thought this was going to be a group participation, I have been called BJ when I was a kid, up until I was about 10 and figured out what it was. Um, in college, I wanted to be called Rubble, and I even put the tattoo of Barney Rubble on my ankle, but it didn't stick because you don't come up with your own nicknames, right? I have the name Stedman because that's just what somebody thought my last name was, and it's stuck. As a car salesman, I've been called Coop for a number of years, just at my former dealership because of Bradley Cooper, and it just again stuck. But again, the most famous and most popular nickname I have, and it is common to most of Brad's, is B Rad.
B-Rad. Okay.
B Rad. I was at Cadillac for 2 days, and I was B Rad.
What you said, BJ is your middle name, Jay?
Bradley John, yeah.
John. Okay. Bryant, what's your middle name?
No.
Oh, come on. Bonus episode?
You gotta pay.
Bonus episode.
That's a future Patreon.
It's a
That's a
Patreon.
Patreon episode.
Well, thank you, Matt.
Gentlemen, I bring you 30 Elizabeths.
I love it. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I did not know what to
that.
expect from this, but I did not expect 30 Elizabeths.
Yeah.
And that will be the name of the episode, I'm sure. Which brings us to poached eggs, which is Matt's favorite segment as always. It is memorabilia, just stuff we collect. And I know Bryant loves this because he's got stuff. He's got lots of stuff.
I have way too much stuff, honestly.
So what do you got, Bryant?
So, again, we can go wrestling, but I'm not. I'm going to go with something else. There's a sign above my head there. We're Back to the Future. A few weeks ago, we did this, and I showed you Gray's Sports Almanac. This time, I'm going to show you the other thing that I enjoy so much. I have my own hoverboard.
Nice.
And I love this thing. I have it sitting out on I have a little stand over here with some Back to the Future stuff. I leave this out all the time because it's just something fun to have. And I have had my nephews attempt to think they could ride it because this little strap they think can hold them in, even though it does nothing because, it doesn't actually hover, but to them, it's the coolest thing ever. And it was a gift I got for Christmas one year. And much like my almanac, it is just something that I treasure as my movie props of one of my favorite trilogies.
What I love the most about Back to the Future 2 are the colors.
Yes.
The colors are so over the top. Like that's pink, that's yellow, that's green, and that's everything. That's like the glasses everybody wears, sunglasses everybody wears, the diner everybody goes in.
Exactly.
Again,
It's
not
so
everybody's
vibrant.
favorite movie, but I love it.
Yeah, it's so vibrant, and the stuff that comes out of it, like stuff like this, you don't think. And then again, it's a giant pink board. Like who's going to want to write this? Everybody. That's
Everybody.
the whole thing everybody had in the future. Everybody had this.
The hoverboards don't go on water unless you got power.
How? Exactly.
Matt, do you have anything there to say?
I saw you got excited there.
No, I love Back to the Future. It's awesome. Does it hover? No, it doesn't hover. No, it's great. I'm impressed. I love it. I wish I had one. I wish it
I
worked.
wish I had one too.
I wish it worked like the way that it just did in the movie. It's good.
I know it's such a cool effect, and
Great
it's one of
movie.
the things I enjoyed during the Back to the deleted scenes, behind the scenes stuff when they show like how they make everything look for the hoverboard scenes. It's something I always enjoy. So
I remember when I was a kid, my dad was a great dad. He always took me to the movies. And I remember we were out, we had like a deck in the back, and we were on the deck, and he was like, "Hey, we should go to the movies." And I say, "Okay." And what are we gonna see? And I thought like one thing, and I wasn't crazy about it. And he was like, "No, let's go see Back to the Future 3." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I have that memory of like, oh my God, I've already seen the first two. I need to go see 3. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And for a third movie, pretty fucking good. I mean,
Excellent.
oh, amazing.
how many third movies deliver? I'm pretty sure
Excellent.
they made 2 and 3 at the same time.
They made and they were like 10 months apart.
Yeah.
When they put them out.
At least, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but they like shot them.
Yeah, they did the same exact time.
Yep.
Everybody was together. They said because the first one was a while for the second one.
Like
Or
five,
second-
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to make 1 and 2 together.
Well, they said to be continued at the end of it, so it was like it was a forever thing for a kid.
Yeah, it's a long time for a lot of that.
Have
yeah.
we talked about how I believe when Jurassic Park came out in early May 93-ish? Listen, I'm not looking it up. I think it was May 93. Jurassic Park was in theaters. The VHS home release was like October of 94. It was like
Mhm.
18 months later.
Yeah,
Different time, man.
Like,
yeah,
what the
crazy.
fuck?
Mhm.
Now it's like I can see a movie before they even finished making it, you know?
Yeah. It's on
Yeah,
HBO Max in
Yeah,
two
right.
months.
I'll watch it
exactly.
on Peacock right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Three Eggs movie is already on Peacock.
It's like ordering something from Amazon. You're better off ordering from Amazon than going to the store because it's probably going to get there sooner.
Yeah, right.
sure.
Boom.
So I had a birthday and I got this special gift for my wife. It is the book of unusual knowledge. Now, for someone that is, as you know, with my segments on this show, duck eggs, this is going to come in very handy with just obscure facts. So as soon as I got the book, I ordered a pipe.
Oh my God. That's a Brad piece right there.
So the idea here is to do the duck eggs from the book and read the
Fucking
book
love
with a
this.
pipe.
I love that we don't rehearse.
Yeah, this pipe got from Amazon. It got here in about 13 minutes.
There it is. Yeah, sounds about right.
That's high quality stuff right there.
So I'm excited. And what I love about this book is it has an index, so you can kind of breeze through the index and just see what do I want to talk about. If you will, I mean, just to look at it. Hey, how about the Brady Bunch? Oh, no, no, no. How about George Washington? Oh, no, 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 no. How about Amerigo Vespucci? Like seriously, a lot of good stuff in here, and I am excited. So duck eggs in the future.
Very good. That's great. I like the pipe.
That is cool as hell. Yeah.
Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. So I am out of poached eggs. I have one left. It is a signed baseball. Now that's all been it's like I'm the biggest baseball fan in the world based on my poached eggs. It says to Matt, holy cow, Phil Rudo. Hall of Fame 94. Hard
Phil
to say.
Rudo.
Phil Rudo, yeah. Phil Rizzuto, signed baseball.
Phil Rudo, signed by Adam Sandler.
Yeah. No, I said that I told my wife Sue earlier, and she was like, "Oh, you got to say Rudo." I was like, "I definitely have
You
to say."
got to. Yeah, you got to when you say it.
Can you write Buzz?
Did I say this on have I said this on the show? But I swear to God, so my son is 7, so when this happened to him, he's probably 6. We're in the car, and for whatever reason, he says, "Mom, Dad, how do you spell couch?" And we both said in unison, COR, and just looked at each other. Like we didn't plan it or anything. It was beautiful. Oh, it's like
Oh,
That's great.
how you can have.
this is
Anyways,
amazing.
I have one poached follow-up. So a couple years ago, I had a milestone birthday. I had a nice big fat birthday party. It was before I knew you guys the way that I do now, so you weren't there. But all my friends and longtime compatriots and everything were there. And people brought me gifts. I need the gifts. Wonderful, thank you. A lot of bottles of whiskey and stuff like that. Awesome, wonderful, love it, appreciate it. Everyone had a great time. It was a wonderful day, nice party. But I did get one gift that was undeclared. I don't know who gave it to me or the purpose of it. But it is this right here. It is a can koozie. It is a metal can koozie. For the viewers, I'm holding it up to the camera. And for those not viewing, it is a metal can koozie, and it says, "I'd rather be fishing." Now, never been fishing in my life. I never will go fishing in my life. I live in
Oh,
New Jersey. I'm a city mouse. I'm not a country mouse. I'm not a fishing mouse. Was it a joke? Was it a did it fall did it make its way into my pile of gifts accidentally? No idea. But this is a call. This is a call to all my this is a call to all my past resignations. Who gave this to me? Somebody out there listening gave this to me. I don't know who it
I don't
was.
know about that.
There,
yeah.
No, I mean somebody purposely gave this to me. Might it be somebody who's listening now getting a second laugh out of it? But oh, I don't know where this came from. I thought this poached egg opportunity was another chance to find out where the fuck did this come from? How many
Sounds
episodes?
like sounds like somebody who's cleaning out their cupboard is like, you know what'd be funny? Let's give this to Matt.
Cupboard is a word that my wife uses. I've never used it, but
I like the word cupboard.
yeah, yeah, you
Old Mother Hubbard.
do. I'd rather be fishing.
Awesome. Which brings us to Eggs Jubilee,
A
because
new
I love to add that shit to
topic?
the outline. So what's Eggs Jubilee? You know what I said? How about we talk about some egg facts? 21 egg facts and be exact. Because we're eggs, right? Let's find out a little bit more about what we are.
That's too many.
No, it isn't. It's less than 30 Elizabeth names.
Let's go 10. Well, that was the main topic. Let's go 10.
Let's go 21. Eggs are good for your eyes. They contain lutein, which prevents cataracts and muscle degeneration. 2. An eggshell can have as many as 17,000 pores. 3. Eggshell and yolk color can vary but have no effect on taste or quality. 4. Breed determines eggshell color. Commercial eggs are brown or white, but some breeds can also lay blue, green, or pink eggs. I am not eating a pink egg unless
Blue.
I dyed it myself.
It's like the blue football field.
Yeah, right, yeah.
All the birds that die on there, their eggs.
Egg yolks are one of the few foods that naturally contain vitamin D. So if you eat enough egg yolks, you can stay out of the sun. Brown eggs are more expensive because the hens that lay them are larger and require more feed. So that's the only reason, is because those chickens need more food. Duck eggs are higher in fat, but they are much better for baking. Duck eggs are gross. Okay, just to say
I'm
it.
never gonna bake with a duck egg.
I don't like duck wings either. Eggs are rich in choline, which promotes normal cell activity. Okay, that's boring. To tell the difference between a raw egg and a hard cooked one or a hard boiled one, spin it. Hard boiled eggs spin easy. Raw eggs wobble.
Fact.
If you drop an egg on the floor, sprinkle it heavily with salt for easy cleanup. Eggs age more in one day at room temperature than in 1 week in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't leave them out, right?
No, I got a refrigerator.
An average hen lays 300 to 325 eggs per year. It takes a chicken 24 to 26 hours to produce an egg. As hens age, their eggs become larger. Interesting. The fastest omelet maker in the world made 427 two-egg omelets in 30 minutes.
Ooh.
A hen turns her egg nearly 50 times a day to keep the yolk from sticking to the side, which, again, seems so obsessive, right?
How would they know?
Exactly. It's just instinct, right? Just instinct. They're
Instinct.
so dumb every other way. Did I say it wrong?
No, you said it right.
Re-C. It's re-C.
Oh no.
All right. Kiwis lay the largest eggs in relation to their body size of any species of bird. So not a chicken egg. The word yolk derives from the Old English word for yellow. Therefore, it is an egg white and an egg yellow. Harriet, a hen from the United Kingdom, laid the world's largest egg in 2010. Her astonishing egg measured 9.1 inches in diameter. When it comes to the number of eggs laid each year, Iowa leads the nation with more than 14.8 billion eggs produced annually. Ohio is the next state. Ohio is the next state in line, producing 7.9 billion eggs each year. And finally, there are several reasons why commonly we eat chicken eggs instead of duck or turkey eggs. Chickens just lay more damn eggs. They need less nesting space, and they don't have the strong mothering instincts of turkeys and ducks, which makes egg collection much easier. So there you have it. Eggs.
I like the booing. Some sort of Nebraska. There's a feud going on. Can we hear more about that?
Nebraska just hates Iowa. I mean, that's all it is. You know what Iowa stands for, right?
I would love to know.
Idiots out wandering around.
Oh,
You know,
so
Caitlin Clark went to Iowa.
what's
Yeah.
there?
I do know that. And you know what happened? Nebraska beat her too. Nebraska beat Iowa too. So
Bum. They must have a similar thing for you, though.
Oh yeah.
I would imagine.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they probably don't enjoy Iowa State more than Nebraska, but
Eh, depends.
I mean
Depends
we're
on the
just
year, right?
it's conference rivalry, so I mean I get that, but
Iowa.
Well, I have
Iowa.
before we wrap it up, you guys have seen Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes.
Never heard of it.
Okay. So there's a storied structure to the show. Skits, musical performance, skits, musical performance, final skit. And that final skit is, it's lucky it made it to the show, right? It's the worst one. And that rings true of Three Eggs. Whatever we're talking about right at the end here, whew, we are lucky that made it to the outline.
Wow. So the eggs suck, huh?
Exactly.
Well, no. And
You're
gentlemen,
you're freaking talking about some girl named Batty or Betty or Biddy,
there
and
was
I'm
no
the
baddie. Baddie was not in there.
something close.
It's close to that.
You know what? Let's see what kind of attraction we get. Huh? Huh? Okay. Anyways, we are Three Eggs Are Better Than One, cooking up every Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Eastern on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Find us on YouTube at Three Eggs Are Better Than One. The number three, the letter R, the number one. Follow us on X, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok at Three Eggs Are Better. The number three, the letter R. Individual accounts at Yes Man Brad, at B Haremza, and I am at Purple Shirt Guy Without the Eye. How about those 5-star reviews? I think we got like one in the past couple weeks. I think you motherfuckers can lay us on with another couple 5-star reviews. It's pretty easy. You load up the app, you hit 5-star. You don't have to like sign your life away or anything. Your tax return's not linked to it or anything. Just hit the number fucking 5. And I said fuck again. And
21.
next week,
24.
Oh, 24. Oh, God.
are we really counting? I feel like that's bullshit. Next week is Brad's episode, so I'm going to go on mute and Brad's going to tell us about whatever stupid thing he's doing next week.
Yeah, you're right. My topics always suck. So next week we are going to talk about what are we going to talk about? Because you never know what I'm about to say. I mean, I've talked about moles. I've talked about sequels. I've rewritten history when it comes to the Wizard of Oz or Wicked or whatever you say. Next week we're going to talk about the dark side of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yes! I love that. I actually love that.
So that is next week. Bryant, take us home.
I'm just going to say I'm looking forward to that. Sue is a giant SpongeBob fan, so I look forward to this. But on that note, as Brad said, we thank you guys for joining us. We hope you've learned a little bit about Elizabeth, learned some good facts about eggs, and hopefully you guys can hoverboard away to the future with us. So we thank you for joining us. The egg timer has been set. We'll see you guys next week.